Hey, First Lutheran, this is Pastor Brian with your First at Home video for today. I've just wanted to visit a little bit with all the rain we've had for the past 2 weeks here. First of all, I want to say a special prayer for God's peace and protection and guidance for you if you're experiencing any of that flooding in this time. But I've been reminded of the story of Noah and all the rain that came down, the flooding that happened on the earth then. And particularly reminded of, I've heard once upon a time, and there's a long tradition of this in churches. I know we can't be in our church buildings right now, but if you were to look up at the ceiling in some old church buildings, you'll see a structure similar to this. And the space is called the nave, or reminding us of a naval or a ship, that Christ is our ship that carries us through stormy times, that carries us through this life and on into the next one. That promise that as the people and the creatures were brought into the ark to be saved and carried through the storm, so Jesus Christ were brought into him, and in and through him we're carried through the storms and challenges that we face in this life, and brought safely into the life that's to come as well. Now, I know this is tough because we can't be inside of our church buildings. Even if you have a church building that looks like this or grew up in one, you perhaps can't go into it to look up and see that right now. But God does give us another reminder of this very same promise as well, that we can look up on these rainy days and thereafter see the reminder of his promise in the bow, or the rainbow, that God hung his bow up in the sky and said, no longer will I be in relations or war against my people as I was in the way in the time of this flood. Instead, I will be a God who is for you. And so we have that rainbow that's a reminder of this same promise, that Christ carries us through all the storms in our lives. So my prayer is that you would be able to see a reminder of that, whether in a rainbow or whether in the way that you care for or are cared for by your neighbors, that you would see Christ working through them to look out for your best interest, that you would be, Christ would be at work in you, looking out for your neighbor's best interest in this time as well, that you would share and protect life for all. So God's peace continue to be with you and guide your steps and your care for one another in this time and always. Please, if you see a rainbow out there and in these rainy days, share in the comments below a picture of that for all of us to see and be reminded of that promise.